gamers, long time no see. Yeah, I know. Long story here and there. But, as you can tell, yes, but there's a new Superman movie coming out. Or is already out, I should say, because I haven't seen it yet, and I have yet to see it, and I will see it pretty soon, actually. So, in the meantime, I might as well review a game that has something to do with it. Now, I know, it's not a Superman game because they all suck anyway. It's quite a shame that Superman hasn't gotten any good games lately. Even now, even to today. Let's hope that curse is broken soon. Might as well review something good that has little to do with Superman. And that game is one that just came out. Injustice: God Among Us. Yeah, I know, my videos nowadays, they don't have high quality, so forgive the lack of video footage from the game. I'll just basically keep my talking short, sweet, and to the point, and give you the basic, easy details. This game was developed, of course, by NetherRealm, the same company that actually did, of course, the new Mortal Kombat, as you know. And, of course, Warner Brothers had a big collaboration with this, being that, of course, they do most of the DC comic movies, like The Dark Knight, the Batman films, in other words, and, of course, the new Superman film, directed by Zack Snyder, which I hope is good. You can leave your comments all you want. I don't care. I'm still seeing it. Even though it's the same director from 300 and Watchmen, which I did not like too much. I like 300, by the way. But anyways, let's get to the game. Injustice: God Among Us. Of course, it's the same company, like I said, that did the new Mortal Kombat game that came out in 2011. So, it's, of course, what do you know? It's a fighting game. And it has DC comic heroes and villains as playable characters. So in other words, if you didn't like Mortal Kombat vs. DC, you may or may not like it. It's a hit or miss chance with you, depending on what you're expecting. I knew what I was expecting, and I knew it was going to be a T for teen rated game. Because of course, you get most of the playable character heroes and villains. You get the famous ones as you're expecting. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, and of course the famous villains like the Joker, Catwoman, Doomsday, Lex Luthor, and a bunch of others. And there's even, of course, if you bought the Season Pass, or you can go online to whatever console you have, Xbox 360 or PS3, and download the characters. But it's much easier and cheaper and saves more money to get the Season Pass, because you get more extra DC comic heroes and villains. And I can't believe this, spoiler alert, they put Scorpion in there. What the hell is this? Injustice: God Among Us? Or MK vs. DC Returns? I don't know. But they just could not keep Mortal Kombat, even a thought of Mortal Kombat, out of this. Couldn't you, NetherRealm, or Warner Brothers? Come on. But anyways, I can get over just this one character. It's almost just as weird as when Mortal Kombat released Freddy Krueger as a playable character. Please. I actually told people that that was actually true, and they didn't believe me at first. And then they looked on the video footage of it and said, holy shit, he's right. But anyway, is the game really worth it? Well, of course it's T for teen rated, like I said before. And, well, there's not much blood in the game. Excuse the gameplay footage lacking. And it is what it is. It has, of course, it's a 2D side-scrolling game, and yeah, there's no blood, but you can look at the background, you know, use the background effects and everything, like, depending on what arena you're in. But me, it took a while to really like this game, but it really grew on me, you know. If of course you choose the classic mode, like a mixture of heroes and villains, like an MK vs. DC, I know I'm going to be mentioning this a lot, you know, you could choose the difficulty. But then if you choose just heroes or just villains to fight against, then that's where it gets difficult, because then there's no difficulty settings. You can get extra skins, and of course you could do like a random select that selects for you, but no difficulty. So that means the gameplay gets a lot harder. There's even a survivor option where of course you have to fight as many heroes or villains on the same health meter. Basically, if you make it all the way through, I guess you get an unlockable or something. I haven't made it far enough to find out. And then, of course, the poison mode where you're poisoned, obviously. It says it right there. Enough explanation right there. Then, of course, you get the story mode. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It depends what you're really expecting. To me, it's good that some of the cutscenes are interesting, but other times I feel like skipping it, which this time, thank the freaking Lord you can and just get right to the gameplay, which is just fighting and beating the shit out of your opponent. It's pretty interesting for the most part, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You get the basic rage meter where you fill up, but unlike Mortal Kombat where you just go on 1 meter, you have to basically get the meter all red and then reduce the meter. So it's almost like you're fighting that character twice. I would say the unique moves for each character are pretty cool, but there's no finishing moves. But hey, what do you expect? Batman or Superman to kill somebody, like rip their spine or rip their head off? Well, keep dreaming right there, man. It ain't gonna happen. Maybe with the Joker, sure, with the guns, but they don't even have that in the game. But I'm not overall disappointed. The T for teen rating doesn't lie. So, and yeah, of course you get the extra, like, challenging mode. I forget what it's called, the Star Labs or whatever it is. Which is a pretty interesting distraction, you know, and it keeps you preoccupied for a while. Some are pretty easy, others can be pretty frustrating for the most part. That is, it depends on how far you plan on going and getting all the achievements and such. And of course you get the online, but hey, I don't have to explain much. It's a fun game, but in my taste, not as good as 2011 Mortal Kombat. I just feel that game impressed me a hell of a lot more. I mean, blood, violence, everything it had. This game has plenty to offer, but not completely a lot. It is what it is. Entertaining, good fighting game, and overall, probably the only good game with Superman in it, aside from MK vs. DC. I mean, we need a good Superman game. And no, it should not be movie licensed. In my opinion, it should be made by the same company that did Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, and of course that's doing Arkham Origins. That game looks good, by the way. Not very hard to do, but I'm sure they can do it with much thought. But in my opinion, this game, yeah, I give it just a plain 2-way remote up. So, till next time, happy gaming.